Hi guys, Carmel Wooding from Empower Digital here and welcome to our YouTube channel. Today's video is our first free Introduction to Shopify webinar that we held on Wednesday, April 8th, 2020. We hope you might find it helpful to get started on your Shopify journey. And if you'd like us to set you up with a free Shopify trial store, please don't hesitate to be in touch. Thanks for watching. So, I'm Carmel and this is Adam and we are Empower Digital. So today we're going to take you through why we love the Shopify platform for e-commerce and why we think it's a fantastic option for your online store. So we're going to be covering features, we're going to cover pricing, we'll take you for a walkthrough of the back end and also leave you with some resources so that you can get started and build your own online store as well.
But before we get started, we would like to acknowledge the Yugambeh people, the traditional custodians of the land on which we are presenting from today. And we'd also like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on wherever you might be watching from. So we recognise the strength, resilience and capacity of our Aboriginal community, and we pay our respects to elders past, present and emerging.
Thank you. So let me give you a brief overview of who we are. So Adam and I began Empower Digital last year because we're really passionate about helping Australian small businesses achieve on the online space and selling their products online. So originally, we were meant to be spending 2020 traveling around in a caravan all around Australia with our 3 children. And we were planning to deliver workshops in regional communities about Shopify. Unfortunately, 2020 had different plans for us as it has for all of you. So now we're changing, kind of pivoting our business and converting our materials into an online course, running webinars like this one to try and help affect as many businesses as possible, and working one-on-one with small businesses to help them get online and get their online store up and running. So let me go through what Shopify is. So when people talk about Shopify, they often talk about it as just being an online store. And while that's true, Shopify is a platform for an online store, it is actually really so much more than that. It's actually called a commerce platform. And so what that means is Shopify is more a tool for your business. It's not just about the website, it's actually about selling things. And once I got my head around that, it actually made developing with Shopify a lot more easy to understand. So if I give you a real world example, so say for example, I made candles and I have my candles that I've made and they are my products and I have them in my hands in my inventory. The way I sell my candles might be at the local markets. I might sell my candles to my colleagues at work. I might sell them through Facebook. And so I sell my products in lots of different ways. Shopify allows me to do that and it calls those channels. So our online store is one channel that we sell our products. Shopify can also allow us to sell through socials like Facebook, and it actually has a point of sale system if you've got a bricks and mortar store, so that you can actually link your Shopify online store with the actual sales that you're making in your physical shop.
So why use Shopify? Shopify is secure. That gives you peace of mind to be able to focus on your business and running your store and not have to worry about security issues and things going wrong with your hosting or things going wrong with your customers' credit cards. That Shopify takes care of all of that for you. They have a fantastic security team that just works in the background and allows you to just focus on your business. Also, Shopify has excellent customer support. So if you're ever having any problems or you have questions or need help with anything, you can call the Shopify support team 24/7, or you can email them or chat through online chat as well.
And that goes for everyone. Even if you've already got a store on Shopify that was developed by a third party, you are always more than welcome to contact Shopify support directly. And they are really great at helping you out.
Exactly. Thirdly, it's so easy to use. It's built for anyone, no matter what technical level you're at. Shopify allows business owners to build their online store, and also from your customer's point of view, the online sales experience is easy for them as well, and the checkout process is easy. So it's very easy to use platform.
If I can expand on that a little, one of our passions is actually working with small businesses that think of themselves as, I'm not a computer person or I'm not technical. And one of the reasons we choose to work with Shopify is the way that it can actually reverse those mindsets, because it is easy to use and anybody can do it. So if you're sitting there right now going, oh, this whole website thing, I just don't know that I can do it, you need to believe in yourself, because you absolutely can with Shopify.
Exactly. So the platform is extremely fast and reliable. That is helpful for a number of reasons. Your customers will have a very good experience when visiting your store. It's because the platform is so fast, but it also helps with search engine optimization, and with Google now taking page speed into consideration, you can be assured that your website will also have a much better chance of ranking higher in Google and other search engines. Scalability. Shopify is fantastic no matter what level your business is at. So it's great for businesses that are just starting out, that maybe just have one or two products, but then as you grow and expand your product range, Shopify is there for you, and you'll find that as you need more features and more functionality, Shopify can meet those needs as you build your business. And finally, Shopify is extremely customizable. So Shopify gives you 100% control over all aspects of your online store. You're empowered to be in control and to be able to make those changes and customize your store how you want it to look and feel.
For sure. So as I was saying before, people say to us, well, is it something that I can do? Can I do it myself? I'm trying to save money, or I'm a little bit savvy, or I just want it to look a certain way. And the answer is absolutely yes. You absolutely can build a store on Shopify yourself. So let me give you some resources today. And don't worry, we'll actually provide this slide deck to you afterwards so that you can actually click through these links yourself. But my number one starting point is the Shopify Help Center. So hopefully you can see that on your screen now. Basically, it's a complete manual to teach you how to get started on Shopify. I'm not going to go through everything. If you want to read through all of this information to start with, be my guest. It'll give you a really good background to Shopify. If you're ready to just jump in and start building, I recommend you start here with products. Okay? And this will actually walk you through adding your products, all of the different variants for your products, and you can work your way down. There's some videos. Work your way down through the left-hand side here to actually build your online store from woe to go, to sell on other channels, all of that kind of thing. So it's a really great resource to get you started. Another great resource is the Shopify Academy. This is a free product from Shopify. You do have to log in, but registration is free, and I highly recommend it. They're very professionally produced. The course that I would recommend to get you started is this one here, this Getting Started with Shopify. There's 7 modules, 27 lessons, and it will take you through the process of setting up through videos that allow you to pause and actually go away and work on your store. Just some other resources for you. The Shopify YouTube channel has always got some really great content. So it might be how to use a specific part of Shopify, how to use an app that's associated with Shopify, and it's also got mentor videos which are really inspirational. And finally, the Shopify community forum is really good once you're set up and maybe you need a little bit of troubleshooting or a little bit of advice to stretch Shopify a bit out of the box, to do something a bit different or a bit beyond. You can log on to the Shopify community forum, browse the articles that are there, ask questions, and interact with members of the community, because we found that all members of the Shopify community are really, really helpful and really help you out with whatever you need.
So pricing. Shopify has a great page which explains all of their pricing structure, which I'll open up here. And as you can see, it's very intuitive. You can see which features are available for which plan. Something that's really important to note is that all of these prices are in US dollars. So just take that into account when you're signing up. I think at the moment $29 US is roughly around 40 Australian dollars. So for the basic Shopify plan, which is what we recommend is a great place to start, your cost will be about $40 a month to sign up with Shopify. It's also really important to be aware of the transaction fees down the bottom here. So for the basic Shopify plan, for each sale that you make, you'll be charged an additional 1.75% of the total of the sale plus 30 cents. So just be really aware that for the basic Shopify plan, you'll be looking at about $40 Australian per month, and then additional transaction fees whenever an order is placed on your store. Wanted to also point out that Shopify does have, down the bottom here, you should be able to see that Shopify has a plan called Shopify Lite, which allows businesses that just need to sell through social channels like Facebook and Messenger.
So we found that this is a really great way for artisans, people that make handmade goods, to start their selling journey, to sell through their socials, Facebook and Instagram, before they're ready for that full-blown online store.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's $9 US per month for that plan. But just be aware that you don't get the online store functionality with that. It just allows you to sell through social media channels. Also, some extra things that could cost extra as well are themes. So Shopify does have 8 free themes that are included in all the plans, and they are developed by the Shopify theme team, and they're absolutely fantastic. There are some additional paid themes available too, which are built by third-party Shopify developers, theme developers, and they are also fantastic themes and can offer some additional functionality. And they range from around about $180 US, which is a one-off cost, and you'll continue to get all the theme updates after you pay that one-off cost. And I think that's approximately 350 currently, Australian, something like that. So that they are available too. And as you do grow your store, you might realize that there's some additional functionality that you might need for your store, such as certain shipping apps or other things like that. And so Shopify has a great app store, and some of the apps that are on there, which are developed by third-party developers, do have monthly fees or one-off costs for those as well. But out of the box, Shopify should be able to do almost everything that you need, unless you have some very specific needs. Shopify out of the box should handle everything for your business.
Beautiful. So when you start, it can seem overwhelming. So when we design or develop or work with people, we like to break it down into some phases of development. So the first is your design phase. So this is your opportunity to have a look at like stores out there, and kind of get a feel for what they're doing and how they're doing it, what looks good, what takes you through as a customer to make a purchase. So really have a look at those. Write notes. Design your store on paper. Do a flow chart about your breakdown. Sorry, I have a little one in the room who's waving a piece of paper at me. Just excuse me, he's fine. But yeah, we do break it down into phases. So take your time in that design phase. Don't rush too much to get onto Shopify online until you've written down and gotten it really clear in your head where you're going with your store. Okay, the second phase is the building, and we're going to run you through the back end. Unfortunately, today it's just going to be a bit of a walkthrough, but those Shopify resources will really help you with your build phase. And then finally, the run phase. Once you've launched and you go live, then that's when the orders start pouring in. So that's about managing your orders, managing your customers, and building relationships with those customers. And also about fulfilling your orders, making sure that your customers get what you promise them. So if you break it down into those phases and get your head around that, it's actually a lot more of a simple process to get you started with Shopify.
Okay, let's jump in and have a look at an actual Shopify store. I'll just show you the homepage for a start. This is just a demo store that we built, which is based on one of the Shopify free themes. So this is what your customer will see. And you can see that you can have your logo up in the top left-hand corner of this particular theme, a banner image here, which you can display specials or give your users or give your customers a direction of where you'd like them to go.
Yeah, and that's all part of the design phase. When you think, oh, well, do I want an image gallery up the top? Do I like it when there's actually a homepage with more information, or do I just want a catalogue of my products? They're all the things that you need to consider. Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's what you end up with. That's what it looks like. But how do you create that? So there's probably about half of you today who have actually asked for a free demo store set up, and we've done that for you. So please let us know if you haven't received your login. For everyone else, feel free, if you would like a demo store, to let us know and we can create you one. That's not a problem at all. But when you log in, this is what you see.
So this is the admin area that, as the store owner, that you have access to, and allows you to control everything to do with your online store and your products and your customers and your additional sales channels. They're all controlled through this admin dashboard area. This dashboard is still showing as being in the build phase. Once you've actually launched your store, you'll start seeing some statistics and some information about your orders and that kind of thing that will show up in this dashboard area. On the left-hand side, you'll see that there is a menu here, which takes you to the different areas in your store, and it's very self-explanatory. So when you click on the orders button, it's going to show you the list of orders that you have, and you can quickly see which ones have been paid for, which ones still need to be fulfilled, and have some information about dates and customer details. This is all demo data, so we're not showing you a real life store. This is all just demo data, but that's the kind of information that you'll see in the orders area. And if you click on an order, it gives you some additional information about what the customer has ordered, the payment status, contact information. It also gives you some information about how the customer actually, what steps they took, what pages they landed on to place the order as well. And we won't go into too much more detail, but once you've actually launched your store and you're in the running phase, this will be a really important area that you'll spend a lot of time in, and you can add tracking details for your customers when you've sent them their orders and all of that kind of information in here. The next.
Sorry, I'm just going to step back a minute, guys, because I didn't clarify, I guess. So earlier in this webinar, I mentioned that when you're getting your head around Shopify, it's really about products first and how you sell them second. And you can see that in this dashboard here, because when you come into it, this is about products and how you sell them. So we're talking about your orders, your products, your customers, how you analyze that, how you market. So if you've got your head around Shopify being about selling your products first and foremost, this makes a lot more sense. I'm sorry for interrupting.
No, that's great. Hopefully that's actually showing you a little pointer there. So that's the information that the links that Carmel is talking about, is that this top section here is, I think it's important to try and get your head around, like Carmel said, that the managing your products and managing orders is separate from your actual online store, because the online store is just one way that you're selling products, which is why down the bottom here, Shopify has a heading called sales channels, and online store is just one of the available sales channels. And we'll show you
so
about...
at the risk of complicating things, and we don't want to do that, but if you are selling through an online store and Facebook, the orders and the products and all of that kind of thing and the customers is managed together, not separately. So anyway, sorry, you were up to products.
No, that's all right. The products area obviously allows you to manage all of your products in your store. You can add products by clicking on the blue button, and it's very self-explanatory. You have the title of your product, description, adding images, that your pricing, inventory, shipping is all very straightforward. You can have multiple variants for a product. For example, if a shirt comes in different sizes or different colors. Over on the right-hand side, we have a few boxes which talk about organization, and that's organization is to do with creating your product collections, and which I'll go into in a moment. Obviously, product type is what type of product that you're selling. So it might be a shirt or a certain...
Yeah, makeup, shirts.
Exactly.
Yeah, you could have shoes as your general product type. Yeah.
And then the vendor here is the brand. Sometimes you might not have a brand, so you can just put your own store name in there. And then product tags. So any product tags are just useful little attributes about your products. So Shopify has
they can have more than one tag. So it could be the product type could be shoes, but the tags might be men's, red, yeah, different types of tags, so that a customer can actually sort all of your products according to that particular tag.
Which, actually, I'll just take a step back here and go back into products here, and I'll show you, as an example, this black leather bag. So this is just how an actual product that's been entered in would look in here, and you can add and change things whenever you like. Shopify gives you that ability to be always improving on what you've already added. And so closely related to products is collections. So collections allow you to build groups of products that you'll display on your online store, and you can really have a lot of control over what collections that you want to create. A product can be in multiple collections. We've just got a couple of example ones here, so women's and men's. And when you're building your product collections, you can use those tags and those the product type and the vendor and all those different things to group your products together how you would like to do that. Next, let's have a quick look at customers. So once you start getting some orders into your store, you'll see your list of customers here, and you can just click on them and see some additional information about what products that what orders they've placed in the past, and their contact information and that kind of information there. Next, Shopify gives you some great analytics as well.
So once you're in the run phase, these are really good. You can see what products are working, what pages are working, and how your things are selling. And you can use that to adjust your store to make better sales, to target your market much better.
And we won't go into all of these different links, but there's a marketing area here so you can create Facebook ads and Google ads and marketing campaigns in here. You can give your customers discount codes as well.
Big sale for summer. Yeah.
And this is the apps area that I was talking about earlier on, where if you need to extend the functionality of your store, if there's some specific feature that that you really need for your online store. Shopify has built their platform in such a way that software developers can build applications that extend the functionality. And I think that there's currently over 3,000 apps in the Shopify App Store. So that there is pretty much anything you can think of will more than likely be there for you. We'll have a look at the online store sales channel now.
Beautiful. So as Adam said earlier, so you can add your sales channels here. We're not going to focus on that today, but there's certainly many options for you there. So looking here, we've got our online store. If I clicked on the little preview button, that takes me to the preview, so I can see how my store would look live. The theme, as we spoke about earlier, is our template. It's the look and the feel of your site, and it's very customizable. I'm actually going to leave that for a moment. We're going to come back in a moment. We're going to skip down to pages. So when we talked about the planning phase, you might decide that your site is going to have an About Us page, a Contact Us page, and all of those kind of things. And you manage that here. So you can see that I've currently got 2 pages created. But if I wanted to add a contact page, it's really easy. I just go up here to the Add page, my page title, Us, sales, and you can they actually come with a page contact template, which kind of customizes the look for the contact page. If you're working on a page and you're not quite ready for it to go live yet, you can actually make it hidden, okay? And then it's as simple as saving that. Beautiful. I'll go back to my pages. And again, here are my pages. So once I've created my pages, how do I make sure that my customers can see that? And that is through navigation. Navigation is simply how customers get through your site. So often we're used to seeing a top menu. So here's the top menu for this one. And often there's a footer menu as well, which may have a limited amount of information. So in my pages, in my navigation here, I'm going to add that contact page to the main menu. So here's my main menu and my footer menu. And it's simply adding a menu item. I'm going to call it Contact Us. And I can either paste a link if I wanted it to go somewhere else, but of course it's one of my pages. And I can add it.
And don't forget to save.
Oh, and don't forget to save. I sometimes forget to save. There we go, and save it. The save button just comes up the top here. So that is the really easy way to create that structure around your store. So hopefully if I refresh this now, we've got our Contact Us page. Okay, and because I did that .contact template, it actually displays it really nicely. So that makes it really easy for us. Okay, we connect our domain name here. So when you're working on your store as a trial, it'll be whatever you've chosen, or your business name.myshopify.com. Realistically, even though you can keep that to be professional, you really do need a custom domain name. So you link that through here. Blogs, we're not going to go into that today. Blogs are a really, really great way to improve your reliability within the community. Within Google, takes a lot for search engine optimization. It kind of improves your authority in the community. So having a blog is a really great idea, and you manage your posts, and you manage your posts here. You can have commenting. You can actually have multiple blogs. You might have a blog for events. You might have a blog for your latest news, and you manage that all through this section here. But let's get back to themes, because that, I guess, is probably one of the most important things, how your site looks and feels. So as Adam mentioned earlier, we have 8 free themes from the Shopify theme team, and they're fantastic. They're free, and they're always up to date, and they're always secure. You can choose to visit the theme store and have a look at about 64 other third-party themes. Some of them extend your functionality. The look of it is a bit different. You're welcome to jump onto the theme store and investigate them.
And really importantly, if I can just jump in there, all the themes all the paid themes, the themes that are developed by third-party theme developers that are on the Shopify, the official Shopify theme store, they have been thoroughly tested. All of the code that has been developed, the Shopify theme team really thoroughly look through all of that code, and they also have very strict requirements for theme developers to maintain an extremely high level of customer support and responding to any issues that might come up. So those themes in the theme store are very high quality, and they are all endorsed by Shopify.
Absolutely. So looking back at looking to customize our theme, you can see that our current theme here is minimal. When I say customize, that allows me to do the look and feel. However, it's also how I design my homepage. I know that seems a little bit counterintuitive because we've just talked about pages down here, and that's kind of for the bulk structure of your site. But because your homepage is so intricately linked to the look and feel of your site, it is actually managed through your theme. So we go into customize here, and it takes me to a live preview of the theme, and down here is where I can actually adjust it and make changes. So if I go over to theme settings, this is where I deal with the colors of my store. If I want to change the font, if I want to change anything about the way the whole theme looks, it's kind of over here in theme settings. This section settings, part, is where we deal with all of this homepage. So you'll see here, we've got sections that directly relate to where things sit on my homepage. So I've got my slideshow up the top there. It tells me that my slide height is small. I could make it a large slide. Okay, I can adjust how quickly it changes. And here's where I can actually add different photos to my slideshow. And I can upload those from my computer. I can have a featured collection. I can change to where things go. So if I click and drag, I decide, no, I don't want that there. I actually want that down here, and I can drag it down there. To be honest, the best way to understand how this works is to jump on and have a play with it. So if you click add section, there's a whole list of different things that you can add to this homepage. I would just recommend jumping on and actually just clicking on things and seeing what happens. Okay, so that gives me a preview. I press add, and all of a sudden it's there. And I can add and edit things here. It's really easy. If I go, actually, I don't want a blog there, I just say remove section, and we're back to here. But really, honestly, the best way to learn how these theme sections work is to jump on and have a play and actually just look at it and see that you're happy with the way it looks for your online store.
But I think that the great thing about the way that Shopify has built the theme sections here, especially for the homepage, is that an online store homepage is always evolving and always changing. And as a store owner, you can run marketing campaigns and sales, and you can have different promotions going all the time. And that's what the theme sections really are designed for. So you can add featured products, you can add promotions, you can really just always be keeping your homepage fresh and always up to date with what's happening on your store.
Absolutely. And don't forget over here, the little save button. Whenever you make changes, make sure you save it. That's my big problem. And okay, once you've finished looking at your theme and you want to go back to your dashboard, just go to this little Shopify icon up in the top corner. And that takes you back to where we were a moment ago with your orders and your products.
Just one last thing on themes as well. You're not locked into any one theme. So if you start off with a free theme, and because the free themes are a fantastic place to start, and down the track you decide that you would like to change your theme or maybe upgrade to one of the paid themes, it's very easy to do that. And all your product settings and all of your collections and your navigation structure and pages won't be affected by changing a theme. It'll be just how your store looks and feels, and obviously the homepage sections you will need to set up again for the new theme as well. But none of your products and collections and navigation or anything like that will be. No, that's right.
No, for sure. Fabulous. So, guys, that's a really, really quick run through, and I know that and I understand that, but we just really wanted to dip your toes in the water to show you quickly that it's not really that scary to jump into that back end and have a play. You can't break anything. So jump on, have a play, and that's really the best way to learn. So we do have some time left. It's about 20 to 11. So we do have some time left if anybody's got specific questions about Shopify. At the moment, we'll just do those through chat, unless somebody would like to say something, and I'm sure we can figure out how to make that happen. But yeah, if anyone's got any questions, please feel free to go ahead and let us know. Oh, Adam's found a question and answer section. Fabulous.
I don't think anyone's got any
I
questions.
don't think anyone's got any questions. That's great. We're going to hang around for a little while, so that if you do think of something, oh, hang on, no, 2 new messages. Oh, there we go. Okay, great. Excellent. There we go. Okay.
So what shipping extensions do we use? That's a really good question.
So that's to all panelists, so no one else can see that, I don't think. So the question was,
sorry,
what shipping extensions do we use?
So Shopify, particularly on the free plan that I talked about before, I'll just go back here again, sorry. I'm just going to go back to the pricing page, just one moment. It's just important to note about shipping that Shopify has a, sorry, just getting my annotation back again. So Shopify has something called third-party calculated shipping rates. The way that works is out of the box on this base Shopify plan, Shopify gives you some really good shipping options, but you don't have access to shipping apps on the basic Shopify plan. You have to use the inbuilt shipping functionality, and that's found in your settings area, and there is a shipping option here. And what you can do is create shipping rates such as like free shipping or flat rates, or rates that are based on the weight of your products, but they're not going to be tied to any third-party shipping apps, and they're not going to be tied to postcodes out of the box on the basic plan. The only way you can get that you're able to use the shipping apps is to upgrade to either the Shopify or advanced Shopify plans. Even though it doesn't show as being available on the middle plan, the Shopify plan, if you actually pay for that plan all in the 1 year, if you pay the whole pay as a yearly cost rather than monthly, if you pay yearly, they will activate the third-party calculated shipping rates for you. And then the apps that I recommend, particularly for Australian business, are by a app developer called Edition, and I'll just show you. They have Edition has 3. Sorry, bear with me a second. Edition has 3 fantastic apps, shipping apps, and they're really geared towards Australian business.
So to have a look at the Shopify apps that are available, it's just apps.shopify.com.
So Edition has 3 fantastic apps. They have Australia Post shipping integration, and it is excellent. It pulls your products, that it will integrate the weights of your products with your customers' postcodes, and give your customers really good and accurate shipping costs when they're checking out. They also have a postcode shipping extension where you can actually put in your own custom rates based on postcodes in Australia. And they have the Sendle integration as well, which is Sendle is a a service that allows you to Sendle. If you sign up to Sendle, they will find the best rates from a range of different delivery companies, and present those during the checkout process for your customers. So Edition, a great Australian company, and I very much recommend Edition's 3 shipping apps. So hopefully that's answered that question. Sorry, I didn't explain it very well.
No, that's great. We've got some more questions. I'm just going to answer Tyson's because it's fairly straightforward. How can you include shopping policies like returns or privacy? So if we go back to our demo store here, I'll let you.
Yeah, no worries. So policies are controlled in the settings area of your store. And if you, let's turn on the, sorry guys. Spotlight. Over here in the settings area is a link to legal. And Shopify gives four areas for you to enter your policy. So they've got refund, privacy policy, terms of service, and shipping. Shopify has some templates that you can use so Shopify has developed these over the years, and they're fantastic. They fit most businesses' needs. And so if you click the Create from Template button, it will generate some great policies here for you to use, and you can customize those to suit your specific needs as well. So once you've created your legal policies and saved them, they'll be automatically linked to during the checkout process for your customers to see, but you can also link those in your footer menu as well. I'll quickly just run through.
So it's really great, and it's really helpful that Shopify does this. Look, these are legally binding agreements that you're making with your customers. So we really highly recommend, if you're doing something a bit different or something that you're not quite sure about, it does always pay to seek professional advice for that kind of legal contractual stuff. But it's a really good starting place.
Definitely. So I've just created those policies, and if I go into the footer menu here, and I can add a link, and if I click into the link area and scroll down, you can see policies is one of the options there, and then I can just link to my privacy policy, and I'll just do a couple of them, refund policy, and add those and save. And then if I preview the online store, and I put those in the footer area, so those policies are down here now. So there's the privacy one, and
so
refund.
you'll see that. Sorry. It auto generates.
If you go back to.
Back. It auto generates from the data that your store has been set up with. So do have a read through. Just double check that it's all correct before you go ahead.
Yeah. So it pulls those addresses and email addresses and all of that information from the store general settings area that you have set up in there.
Fabulous. Fantastic. Okay, sorry, now let me just scroll back through these comments. Shipping extensions. Okay, our cost to set up a site, we will definitely go into that in a moment. Help to set up a site, absolutely. And Kanita Lee, I'm so glad that you like the look of Shopify. And so Kanita uses Squarespace at the moment. She's wondering about how easy it would be to make a transition over to Shopify.
So I think we would need to have a look at what products that you already have and how many that you have, and how your stores are currently structured. But I would say that it would be fairly straightforward. It depends on if you specifically need to pull in all of your customer data and previous orders, and it just depends on what you need to transfer across. There are some apps in the Shopify App Store that do and this goes for WooCommerce and Squarespace and a few other different e-commerce providers that allow you to sync your store with your previous e-commerce provider. So I believe there is a Squarespace app that allows you to link your previous store, your Squarespace.
Sorry, pull in all the data. Yes,
Squarespace. And it will pull in all of the data for you over to Shopify. Some of those apps do have fees attached to them as well, but it does make the process really easy to use, to go that way. But we can definitely have a look at your existing Squarespace store and let you know what we recommend.
Beautiful. And so just another question that I saw was, is Shopify only for product-based businesses? And my answer to that would be absolutely not. We've actually worked with a number of service-based businesses that use Shopify. Of course, as I said earlier, we've got that whole part about selling, and that's really helpful. The fees don't change if you're doing a service-based business. So you still pay the same amount as somebody that is selling something each month on Shopify. However, the value of Shopify doesn't decrease if you're a service-based business. You still have the security, you still have the support, you still have the flexibility and the ease of use. And so, you know, when we began developing in Shopify, we did really question whether or not we'd offer another product for people that wanted a service-based business. And we very strongly decided that no, we believe that Shopify is the best platform to get businesses online. And so we really believe that service-based or product-based, Shopify will work for you.
Yeah. And also Shopify does also work for not just small businesses that don't need an online store, but also for businesses that do need to have to be selling things like, as an example, like a hair salon business that needs to sell appointments or have appointment booking functionality. There are apps available for businesses like that as well. So even though the core Shopify platform out of the box is very much geared towards selling products, Shopify is very flexible and you can sell other types of services and things like that as well.
Brilliant. No, absolutely. And so, guys, there are a couple of questions about whether we're available to help people, and the answer is, of course, absolutely yes. So feel free to browse to our website at any time, and you'll get a bit of our story and see some of our background and what we've done before. In terms of the services that we offer, as Empowered Digital, really, we believe in our name. We don't just want to be gatekeepers to people's stores and they have to come back to us and kind of ask us to change things. We're really, really passionate about empowering people to build their own stores, to know Shopify for themselves, to know how it works, to be proud of their own site. So what we offer is we do offer web development, where we go ahead and you provide us with information and we build your site or online store. And our prices are all online for that development, as well as the inclusions. Something we're really excited about at the moment is a new product that we've just created, which is a co-building training package. So rather than you saying, oh, I want an online store and here's my stuff, we actually are working with people to teach them to build their own store one-on-one. So the way that this works is it's a series of meetings or get-togethers via Skype or online, where we give you training materials and discuss them and make sure you understand. Then you go away and do some homework and build that part of your store, and then we come together again and review that and work through it. So that's our new package that we're excited about. However, and we also have consulting. So one of the ways we find is most cost effective for a lot of our clients, beg your pardon, I'll just find it back, is most cost effective for a lot of our clients is actually consulting. So we have a number of clients that build their own stores, and as they go, they keep a list of questions. So how do I do this? That doesn't seem to be working. What's going on here? And then however often, whenever they're ready, we get together via Skype for an hour, and that's just an hourly fee, and we just work through it with our clients to answer their questions and to upskill them in those particular areas that they're after. We're also developing an online course, as I mentioned earlier, out of those workshop training materials that we'd dearly love to be doing in person this year, but unfortunately it's not going to happen. So feel free to, have we got a mailing list for when that goes live? Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. We'll get a mailing list if you're interested in going on the mailing list for when that goes live. And of course, we're really passionate and dedicated to running things like this, free webinars to kind of help people get started, help them get online. Yeah, that kind of thing. Do you have anything?
No, that's fantastic.
To add? Let me just go back to our question and answer. Oh, there you go. Sorry, I did see that. So is Shopify specifically for retail businesses? So no, service-based businesses as well. Adam, you might answer some of these. So when marketing through Shopify, for example, Facebook, are there additional charges associated with Facebook advertising?
So to use the Facebook sales channel, I'll just going back into. So when adding the Facebook or Instagram or Messenger or any of these additional sales channels, but specifically Facebook and Instagram, there's no additional costs to integrate your store with Facebook. So the way that works is that that when you're adding the Facebook shop sales channel, you'll be asked a series of questions, and you'll go through a process of linking your business page, your business Facebook page with your Shopify store. Then Shopify will send all of your product information across to Facebook. So it'll include the images, the product description, the name, the prices, all of that information will be sent across to Facebook. And on your Facebook page, there will be a shop button that'll become available, and your customers can view all of your products from within Facebook, and there'll be also the option of buying the products through Facebook. And so when one of your customers is buying one of your products through your Facebook store, when they click the Buy Now button, they will be then transferred to Shopify's checkout process. And so there's no additional costs for that, is the short answer. But obviously, if you were to create Facebook marketing campaigns and Facebook ads, then there's going to be, Facebook will have their fees for that. But there's no cost for integrating your store with Facebook or Instagram. So hopefully that answers your question. And so the great thing about that is that about setting up those additional sales channels is that your store will always stay in sync with Facebook and Instagram. And so if you're deleting products, or if your products become sold out, or you change prices, then that'll automatically be synced through with your additional sales channels, and Shopify will keep track of all of the inventory and all those aspects. So that's the great thing about linking those sales channels. And through the Instagram channel, you'll be able to then start tagging your products in your posts as well, and customers can actually can click on the little those little tags and be taken to your store and be able to buy those products straight away, which is fantastic.
Sure, very good. And are there limitations with image I'm going to say answer live. I don't know what that did. Are there limitations with image uploads, e.g. size, format, etc.?
Not really. Shopify does recommend you do upload the highest resolution versions, and on most of the theme documentation, they'll actually tell you the recommended sizes for your images. I'll give you an example. So one of the third-party themes that I really recommend is Archetype Themes, and on their support documentation, just as an example, they have some great information about image size, the image sizes that they recommend that you use.
Which is really helpful if you're creating a custom banner or something for your site.
Yeah, I always upload the highest resolution images, and Shopify has fantastic tools that work in the background to then optimize your images, and the theme will actually crop or resize the image to suit where it's being viewed. So it's a bit hard to explain, but without getting too technical. But Shopify has some great functionality that theme developers use. They have their own programming language called Liquid, and I don't want to bore everyone too much. Sorry, but they have some what are called image filters that Shopify platform actually optimizes images in the background for you. So it's best to always upload the biggest, the highest resolution photos, and Shopify will basically take care of optimizing those for whichever particular application or page your users are on, or whether they're viewing it on a mobile site and all of that kind of stuff. But I haven't run into any limitations so far with uploading images or videos. But I will double check that to make sure I haven't run into any limitations. I've always uploaded very high resolution images and things. But there could be, maybe if you uploaded something ridiculously huge, there might be a limitation. I'll have to double check that, and I give you a definite answer.
Beautiful. So last question that I can see that we haven't answered is, in the future, are we going to set up a course for blogging? So probably we haven't got any plans to specifically teach you the fundamentals of blogging. There's probably some really great courses out there that already exist. I'm thinking people like Kate Toon. But certainly we're going to get our YouTube channel up and going, where we'll put, like how to do it on Shopify, how to do the mechanics of managing your blog on Shopify. Guys, I'm very conscious of the time. It's 11 o'clock. We said we'd only keep you for an hour. Thank you so much for your time here with us today. Please don't hesitate to reach out via email, jump on our website and have a look. If there's anything that we haven't been clear on that you'd like some more help with, please feel free to give us a yell. And if you have any feedback about things that maybe we forgot to cover that you'd like to know, or things that you'd like to know for this YouTube series that I'm thinking about, or to be covered in our online course, we'd really appreciate that too. But thank you for your time. I hope you're all staying safe and well, and we really appreciate you spending this hour with us today. So thank you.
Thank you so much.